Hi everyone, this is Lady Vintage Bags here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to do a vintage Louis Vuitton tutorial on how I turn my clutch bags into handbags. And I'm going to be demonstrating using my cosmetic pouch. So as you may have already known through my other videos, I like to turn my Louis Vuitton vintage clutches into handbags by adding these Swivel D rings to the back so that I have a place to attach a crossbody strap if I like. So today I'm going to be demonstrating that on my cosmetic pouch, which I have here. And I'm going to show you how I added these on using these Swivel D rings. So you can see here, and these are two parts and they screw into each other. And these you can purchase on eBay or Amazon. So I'm just going to insert some screenshots here of Amazon and eBay, and also how I punch a hole in the leather using my leather hole punch. And this has a few different size hole settings. Now this swivels in one direction only, so you just have to pick the right hole setting so that you can punch the hole. And these can be purchased at your local hardware store, or you can purchase it on online such as eBay or Amazon. So I'll insert some screenshots here. Now I did film this video on a separate day, so I will be wearing a separate outfit. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so here's my clutch. And I'm going to be converting this clutch into a crossbody bag. So I'm going to be using these Swivel D-ring rivets, so I've got two of them here. As you can see, there's two parts per swivel rivet, and the two parts just screw in together, like so. So in order to use these, I'm going to have to punch a hole in the leather. And so I've decided that for this one, I'm going to be punching two holes in the back here. I decided to do this position rather than the side positions like so, because I feel as though that's too low, and when the D-ring is attached too low, sometimes you get the bags flipping upside down when you're wearing them. And I also decided that I didn't like the look of one at the front, one at the back. So I'm going to go with two at the back for this particular clutch. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out and measure where I want to punch the holes. So there is a few things to consider. So you don't want to be punching holes over any lines of stitching. You don't want to be punching holes through any zippers. And you don't want to be punching holes through any seams that may ruin the integrity of your leather good. So for this particular clutch, because I do want the Swivel D-ring rivets placed somewhere along the top of the back, and there is an interior zippered pocket that I have to be mindful of, I've decided I'm going to go for somewhere near the top of the inside flap of this interior zippered pocket. So first I'm going to take my measurements, and then I'm going to be marking the spots with a chalk marker.
TIP man, king of the south, rubber band man. Boing. With my
And so I've marked one side, so I'm just going to measure how far it is away from the side edge and the top edge, so I can try to replicate that on the other side.
Hey, the TIP man, king of the south, rubber band man. Boing. With my 4112. Letting out a sucker for love, no man. Keep your girl at the club if you want her. Could make no mistake, we will take your bra, you did. Every time I see you, baby, put your man in the cup.
Okay, that's pretty close. So I'm just going to double check that where these spots land is where I think it's going to land on the inside before I start punching my hole. Because again, I don't want to be damaging the integrity of what's going on the inside. So if everything goes to plan, I'm going to be landing on the inside of this top flap of this pocket, and then that way it will be hiding the inside screw. So now I'm going to use my hole puncher. So the hole puncher has a few different settings. So the way I chose my setting was, I checked to see which setting would fit this screw. And the way I did that was I just get the screw and then put it in the hole. If it seemed too big, then I go to the next hole. If it seemed too big, go to the next hole. If it seemed too big, go to the next hole. Mine only turns in one direction, and so it no longer fits in that hole. So I'm just going to go back one hole. So that's the hole it fits in. So that's the one I'm going to be using to punch my hole. So I'm just going to triple check again that this is going to land where I think it's going to land. And I'm going to be punching the hole from the inside. The reason why I'm doing it from the inside is because I want to see where this hole puncher is going to be punching through the inner lining, as just another way of triple checking that it is going to land where I think it's going to land. Because I did make a mistake on my very first bag, which was my vintage Louis Vuitton Montaigne, where I punched a hole through the seam, and that was very disappointing. So that's this clutch here. And this particular one is going right through a stitch. I popped a line of stitching, so I don't want to make that mistake again. So all I needed to do was just go a few millimeters higher on that one, and I wouldn't have popped the stitch. So I wasn't careful enough. So I'm trying to improve how careful I am. So I'm just going to do one more check that I think it's going to look right as well. So if I have that here, and then when so if I have that here, then when the D-ring is attached, it won't be too high above where the zipper rests. That's the look I'm going for. Okay. So let's try that again. Just going to line that up.
Hey, the TIP, man, king of the South, rubber band, man. Boing, with my 4112, letting out a sucker for Lord, no, man. Keep your girl at the club if you want her. Could make no mistake, we will take your bra, you dig? Every time I see you, baby, put your man, he come for me like wow. Check that I fly to go, what you need to, baby, don't get in the streets. Send you out, man, you wanna get it, you don't stay low. What's getting this sweet, but you gotta know what the buzz up is.
Okay, so that didn't work. I wasn't squeezing hard enough, so I'm going to try flipping my hole puncher the other way and puncturing it from the outside now.
Hey, the TIP, man, king of the South, rubber band, man. Boing, with my 4112, letting out a sucker for Lord, no, man. Keep your girl at the club if you want her. Could make no mistake, we will take your bra, you dig? Every time I see you, baby, put your man, he come for me like wow. Check that I fly to go.
Okay, so we had some success with this side. That took a lot of struggle. So now that I've got some experience doing it on this side, I'm going to film this side. So this is puncturing through the layer of outer leather and the inner lining of fabric as well. So this is a little bit thicker than when I usually do my Louis Vuitton bags, because it's just usually just leather, but this is leather and inner fabric, inner lining fabric. So do take your time when lining it up, because you do want to make sure you don't make any mistakes and accidentally puncturing through something you didn't want to puncture through, and that you are happy with the alignment entirely. So just take your time in regards to lining it up, because once you make a hole you can't undo it. Okay, so I'm going to start squeezing now. So I usually do 2 hands, and I may need to use the floor. Okay, so you can see from squeezing so far, I've made an indent, but it hasn't quite punctured a hole yet, so I'm just going to try again. And you want to make sure you realign that in the same spot. Okay, I'm going to try squeezing again. Okay, you heard that click there? Okay. So I'm just going to check if this has gone the whole way through. Okay, yes it has. So you can see a little bit of gold peeking out. Okay, so I'm going to insert the D-ring now. And I'm going to screw the other side in. So it's a flathead screw on this side. And you can just tighten up with a screwdriver at the end as well. Okay, so now I've got my swivel D rings. So if I want to add a crossbody chain, I can now do that, and I don't have to just wear this as a clutch anymore. So I can take off my clutch. Thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. Bye!